So I was just chastising off camera the Turbos for not sending me a trailer that I know that I watched about 2 days ago that was like making the rounds on Twitter that said it was the first NX game to be announced.
Wow.
And that it was virtual reality, which confirmed the NX as a virtual reality system. And I watched it and it looked not unlike How We Soar, that one that we watched a couple videos back.
Right, yeah.
With the Phoenix and the papercraft look.
Uh-huh.
It looked very much like that, except without a flying eagle. It just kind of had a stylized paper look. It didn't look really great, but it was said in the description that it was like from I think the developer's YouTube channel. It said the first NX virtual reality game. It wasn't, but it was from a developer and it was being retweeted by devs.
Really?
Like, the only reason I heard about it is because I follow lots of devs on Twitter and I just have them in like a VIP list that just is always streaming with shit they're talking about.
Yeah.
And it got retweeted by like 5 different developers, which to me isn't a rumor. That's a buzz in the developer community.
Right.
Something that's the game is Follow the River. Thank you. Follow the River game. Let me see if I can find the trailer, because somebody in there was saying they think it was taken down. And I can't find it.
Huh?
So it looks like it was taken down, probably Nintendo saying they didn't like what they were doing. The NX logo, there was a logo, I didn't even watch it long enough to see that. So they made up a logo.
Wow.
The NeoGAF thread was closed? Why? Why would NeoGAF censor
Their
themselves?
video description reads, Riverside is an upcoming game for Nintendo NX and Oculus Rift.
Oh, it's
by
called Riverside, that's why.
Zoc Labs.
So anyways, I guess like because we brought it up, what if the NX was a virtual reality console too? Could they
Yeah.
even do that? Considering what we've heard about the NX was that it was going to be a single device.
Right.
No more Nintendo consoles, right? That's like the core of the NX rumors. Well, this is Mike, this NX discussion segment. The one main rumor I keep hearing about the NX is it's going to be the all-encompassing solution in Nintendo's future console releases, because it will be both handheld and console in one.
Right.
And I was talking about it with Becky the other day.
I found a video and Dalton Smith said that he found it too. Do you guys post it in the forums?
Can you tweet it to me?
Yeah, we can.
Tweeting it to me, you'll get it to me.
Click
oh,
that.
they tweeted it to me.
Oh,
Thank you. So it didn't get taken down. But I think that sounds neat. Like, I'm excited about the concept of
I would play
Nintendo.
that.
Like, they've always kind of had that disparity. They've always had, like, the DS was super popular while the GameCube wasn't, and then the Wii came and, well, I guess the DS was still popular.
Yeah.
But the fact is, if Nintendo could just silver bullet the whole solution, get a solution that just works for everything, when you look at the graphics on the Vita at this point, they could easily replace what the Wii did.
Yeah. Totally.
You can totally, like, yeah, so this
Just
comes
like
from
a bigger one?
Socrates Laboratories, and it says it's an upcoming
Zoc
game for the
Labs.
Nintendo NX.
Huh?
And Oculus Rift by Zoc Labs.
Thank you guys for finding it.
You would think that if that wasn't true, Nintendo would have, or if it was true, Nintendo would have made them take it down.
Well, it's
You'd think
insane.
both would make them take even right?
Yeah, because
Both scenarios.
they haven't even announced
What
the
the
Nintendo
NX is.
NX.
Outside of them talking to investors, saying that the
Yeah.
NX would be a platform and their future after whatever's coming. That's the only reason we even know about NX in any form, is because
Yeah,
of what
what
they.
the fuck is the NX? We don't
We're
know,
not completely
really.
certain. It's only been speculation, I guess, because. All right, so I guess we've seen enough of this. Like,
Wait, but I want to see
if
their
they put up a
NX
logo?
mock logo thing. Ah, damn.
do you think it's just a developer being like just hopeful It's going to be on
What's this
Nintendo's
developer?
next system. I don't know. I'm looking to see what else they have. Socrates Laboratories.
If NX is just VR, then Nintendo is over.
Their only other videos is like just some random shit. It's not. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know what's going on with that. Anyways, it's probably doubtful that this is for reals.
Look at the guy's Twitter at Sablock.
It is kind of weird.
His words were, "I got no dev kit, so I can only hope." Okay.
So this is kind of like a shitty thing to do then,
doesn't know
to basically
anything about the
get a
NX.
bunch of attention by saying it's being developed for the NX because
He
he's
has like
hoping it'll be on the
21,000
NX.
views on.
And it would probably have 10 if he
Yeah.
hadn't said that and sent it out. That's a bit shitty. All right. Anyways, it got us talking about it, so mission accomplished, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, about the NX, let's see what the Wikipedia currently says. Where is Wikipedia?
I'm gonna send you a link to the trailer that had NX and then removed it on Twitter.
I don't want to show something that's been removed because that just means the segment will get removed, right? The NX may upcoming codename for Nintendo gaming hardware. Okay. So I'm assuming that the Wikipedia has all that's been ever said about it. Nintendo announcement in partnership with Japanese mobile developer DENA to produce games for smart devices. The first of these is Miitomo, released in March 2016. On the same day, they announced a new dedicated games platform with a brand new concept. So the thing is, it's never been said it was a console or even a device. It's just been said it's a platform, which could mean many different things. I mean, technically, Steam is a platform.
Yeah.
And it's a brand new concept. With the codename NX, it would be further revealed in 2016. That came from the investors conference.
Okay.
And Reggie said that he referred to it as our next home console. So I guess that was the confirmation there was a console to the Wall Street Journal. And then in October 16th, 2015, they relayed speculation of unnamed inside sources that NX hardware specifications were unknown. It may be intended to feature industry-leading hardware specifications, and the console mobile unit could be used with console taken on the road for separate use. Okay. And it was reported that Nintendo had begun distributing software development kits to NX third-party developers. So if that's happened, that's interesting. And the unnamed sources further speculating that these moves suggest that the company's on track to introduce NX as early as 2016. At an investors meeting in April 27th this year, they announced that the NX would be released worldwide March 2017. So this is stuff you can take for verbatim. I mean, this is stuff that you can actually set in stone. Stuff they say to their investors.
March
Nintendo,
2017, and they're talking about it at all at E3.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But they told their investors. So it sounds like if this is true, if they really aren't talking about it this E3, NX in any form to the public, that means Nintendo really doesn't give a fuck about E3 anymore, because that means the only way they're going to generate hype is through their own internal channels, through their own YouTube channel later on, acting as though a press games event that has basically run the industry for the last decade doesn't exist anymore in their mind. And I think that's a poor choice.
Yeah.
Because like I've said before on the show, you guys may think that it doesn't matter because you follow Nintendo on YouTube. You don't care whether they show it to you at E3 or they show it to you later down the road on their YouTube channel. But the fact is, what gets everybody at their water cooler, around the water cooler, talking about video games every year is E3. It's the Super Bowl of video gaming, and everybody starts talking.
Yeah.
That's what E3's about. It gets the conversation going. And the fact is, later on down the road when Nintendo, it might get some conversation going. Not the same as if they, like, yeah, on its own, it's not going to have the same effect as if it makes waves at E3. Do you think anybody gave a shit about the battle between Microsoft and Sony, who doesn't play video games, until it went down on a stage in Los Angeles, and then it was suddenly on the nightly news?
Yeah.
With people cheering and jumping out of their seats? Like, it suddenly seemed like a thing that fucking mattered.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what else does it say? So, I guess I don't think Nintendo's ever lied to their investors. I would like
Well,
to
that's
see
what they were saying. They were like,
a track record.
you know, Nintendo, it's Nintendo, so they're just gonna push it. But it's different promising things to the public than it is
versus their
to-
investors. I'd
yeah.
like to see a track record of Nintendo, because Nintendo always, when they give a date, they say they use a word. They say hope to, or we.
Maybe.
They use a specific. They have a specific way of saying when they're going to release something. They like say we hope to, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's completely different than saying to investors a hard date. And then if they delay it, they say, please understand.
In my
Aim
social
to, yeah,
group,
they use, yeah.
the video games awards are getting more talk than E3.
Again, like, we're not talking about you or your friends when I'm talking about the general public. I'm talking about the guy
Yeah, it's true.
who only plays video games as a diversion every so often and doesn't watch a fucking lick of YouTube videos about video games or read any video game blogs. I'm talking about the guy who just says, let's see what's on the shelf at GameStop today. That
No
type
one
of
is
guy.
going to E3 this year.
Nobody is. None. None. Here. Let's follow up this segment then with Xbox E3 2016 trailer, which I know they just released. We'll do it next. But anyways, I wanted to finish up on that.
Yeah, I mean companies too.
Yeah, like Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo and EA
And Square
Enix and Ubisoft
And Bethesda.
and Bethesda.
And Nintendo is going to be there, just they aren't doing a conference.
In an interview, Ashi Shimbun, Asahi,
EA isn't going to be at E3?
they got an offsite thing, but they are doing a conference during E3, so it's pretty much the same thing. Kimishima referred to the NX as neither a successor to the Wii U nor the 3DS. That's interesting. Did you hear what I just said?
No, sorry. Nintendo is doing like their treehouse thing during E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll be on the floor. They'll have Zelda will be playable on E3 floor.
Sorry, what did you say?
I'm first looking up who Asahi Shimbun is. Who is this?
That doesn't...
It's a newspaper.
Oh.
Okay. In an interview with Asahi Shimbun. It then says Kimishima, who I also don't know who that is, referred to the NX as neither successor nor the Wii U to the Wii U or the 3DS.
Oh.
What is that? And who is Kimishima? Because the Wikipedia doesn't. Okay, Shimbun is a huge Japanese paper. Who's Kimishima with Nintendo?
No, Kiji
He's
is
the
newspaper.
he's the president of Nintendo. I've never even seen him before.
He's the president of Nintendo.
Yeah, he's who?
Oh, shit.
Do you think he'll be debuted this year?
Maybe.
Then?
Maybe.
Oh no, because he doesn't. Never mind. President, he's always been in the background. He replaced the old guy. He's not a public face,
Okay.
and he never will be, evidently.
He is the new president, though.
Yeah, he is the new president. Succeeding Minoru Araki. You'll recognize this guy when I bring him back. Oh, they don't have a
remember-
photo of him on Wikipedia.
I remember his name.
That guy.
Yeah.
Anywho, he said that it's neither the successor to the Wii U or the 3DS, and it's a new way to play games, quote, but it would slow Wii U sales upon reveal and dissemination.
And dissemination.
So what does that mean? It's not the successor to either your handheld or your home console, and yet it will slow Wii U sales? Like, you admit that it's a successor then. If it's going to cannibalize sales of your own console, then what is it?
Is
If
he
not the next
saying,
console.
Like, it's not a Wii U 2? And it's
No,
not
he's saying a successor would be the next console from Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's
this
a successor.
Is confusing.
So the Wii U has sales to slow? Like, how much slower can slow go? Can you multiply by 0? Of course you can.
It's pachinko machine.
Oh no, don't say that. That's horrible.
Mobile games?
Do you guys so is the platform really going to open up? Is it even a far out possibility? Has Nintendo explicitly denied the possibility that NX will just be a software platform for Nintendo IP to be on other systems? Have they outright denied that? Is that even in the realm? And how sad would we be if that was true? Or would it be a good thing for Nintendo? Nothing confirmed. So they haven't denied nor confirmed it, according to our turbos.
Yeah.
And Zelda U has been confirmed for NX. I don't see that on the Wikipedia, but I wonder why they wouldn't put that on here if that's true.
Yeah, didn't they say it was a home console though? Home console was like...
Reggie said it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Maybe it's a mobile Wii U tablet type of thing?
They mentioned it at a shareholders meeting. It is weird that the announcement of NX piggybacked their announcement about mobile games.
Yeah.
And Miitomo.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see.
So let's get into NX rumors then. Who knows where these rumors... The Wikipedia can only get you so far. I went there for like hard facts. But now I'm going to look at every NX rumor according to GameSpot says... Before his passing, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata described NX as a brand new concept. And his successor, Kimishima, added that it was not the next version of the Wii or the Wii U, but something unique and different. And he also acknowledged that Nintendo needed to move away from both the Wii and the Wii U to make something new. Details of the new hardware platform remain a mystery, but plenty of rumors have circulated, leading to speculation that Nintendo plans to unite its handheld and console efforts. Reports have suggested NX will include a traditional living room console and at least one mobile unit. Don't do that! I hope that's not true. I want it just to be one single unit.
Yeah.
Give me, because like I was saying earlier, if you take what we saw in the Vita and just make it a little bit better. You don't even have to make it better for Nintendo games, honestly, because the Vita had as good a graphics or better than the Wii U. Mm-hmm. And that's insane.
It was so good. It is so good.
It really was. It's a shame it got... But
I'm thinking a tablet that can be plugged into a TV or a console.
Don't make it a tablet either. Make it a proper handheld.
Yeah.
Make it the next... and I was also saying, and they can make it big. Because I think if they introduce something like a handheld system that replaced both console and mobile, 6 years ago, people would have laughed if it was this big.
Yeah.
But today, you release
Phones
that.
are that fucking big.
3DS is that big.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's favorite 3D. Well, not everybody's, but it seems to be the most popular based on what I see at PAX. 3DS XL is popular. Can you imagine the hardware you can cram in there? A thing that is maybe 20% bigger than the Vita?
Yeah.
They could have an amazing gaming system in there that easily is powerful as, this. The iPad Pro, with as thin as that is, has better graphics than the Wii U. And that's insane. And so it would not be hard for them to just say, you know what, we're done. Consoles, mobiles, same thing now.
Yeah.
Plugs in your TV
so
when you're home for bigger experience, and maybe dual screen experience, or maybe dual screen on the handheld, whatever.
Yeah. The 3D is the worst part of the 3DS.
That's the thing that excites me the most. Did they posit anything else that I didn't cover here, rumor-wise?
Yes, I did see that there was something in there, but I can only listen to you or read them.
It's good that you know your limitations.
Interested in what you were saying, so I didn't read it.
But it is speculation. I actually thought there was more hard info out there. Although I was also surprised at the info that was available that had been said by Reggie.
Yeah.
And the new president. And they've kept discussions amidst the rumors. NX discussions has been high concept, saying only it's a new way to play games.
Nintendo isn't giving us much that's concrete.
I mean,
okay, that's what I was looking at. The primary rumor that I personally heard is that the NX is going to be both a home console and a handheld unit. It's going to have a Wii U type gamepad and a handheld device where you can play the game, but it's also a portable device, so you can keep the games with you at all times.
Like, I absolutely hope that it's not two pieces. I really hope it's one thing.
Or if it's two pieces, that one
just sits at, because it's
like under
it's like
your
a
TV
USB dongle that plugs in your TV, like the Google Chrome, that just allows it to communicate with your TV.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. So that
but
you don't,
everything you need is in this device.
So that you don't have to run a cord.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'd want two pieces.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, you shouldn't have to. And it would be extra good if it actually was compatible with the Google Chrome. So, like, if you, or any device that you can just throw it up there or whatever, that probably wouldn't happen. But patents filed by Nintendo have pointed towards a freeform touch controller, where controllers' buttons can be assigned for specific purposes. Most interesting and suspicious, this is all according to GameSpot's rumor roundup for the NX, are the aspects of the patent suggest that the controller will display what is on the TV on the surface of the controller itself.
It was confirmed that that was fake.
Oh, okay. Well, then tell GameSpot, because this is like written today. And this is what's so hard about, like, this is why I don't read this shit. Like, you could do a day of research and still not know shit.
You could do a day of research, and then the next day you go to look it up again, and everyone's like, oh, that's not true.
Yeah, everybody tell you that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. The mock-up controller was fake. The patent was based on Israel.
Oh, okay, the mock-up's wrong. Okay. But the what is clear though, or the only reason that I think we know that Zelda is going to be on this NX system is because of developer slip at last year's E3, which is probably one more reason why Nintendo wants to get away from E3. They hate not controlling the message, and that and the fact that they let it. And it wasn't just the dev; it was like, you know, Papa Zelda that said it, right? Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was somebody else. But the fact was, it came directly from a developer that it was on the NX.
We have no idea when they'll announce and show us anything on the NX. They have said they aren't going to talk about it at E3.
Yeah, and that's the shitty thing, like, that they're not showing anything at E3.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Because I was excited about the NX being talked about.
We're less than a year away from its release.
And they're not going to talk about it at the gaming.
No idea what it is, what it looks like.
Very weird.
We have NX.
The one thing you could hope for is maybe at next year's E3 they would come out and be like, and it's available today.
Yeah. I'm sure NX is probably just a prototype name like Revolution was.
It would use industry-leading chips, apparently.
They did say that they'll be holding their own event later on in the year.
And I've already gone over why that's lame.
Yeah. Yo, maybe they'll have stuff at the Tokyo Game Show. On it.
Does Nintendo do much at Tokyo Game Show? It would make sense, right? But I don't remember ever hearing big announcements near that time from Nintendo. Alright, I think we've pretty much wrapped up what's known. There's not much. I was honestly, like I've said many times on this show, I avoid gaming press. It exhausts me. And I was expecting to actually see a bit more my first time looking into it. Really looking into it, besides just like every so often glancing at a rumor.
Not much, sadly.
Yeah.
There's been lots of speculation on the NX.
But that's my wish list. Or that's totally, like, yeah, I get excited when I think of it as a single system.
Yeah, totally.
Isn't that, like, it's really cool. And you know what? It would totally make the final statement from Nintendo saying, we're not competing anymore. We're a different thing. We're not going to be the system that has, you know, our own version of Fallout 4 or whatever, the next, you know, Grand Theft Auto or whatever. Those games aren't on our systems. We have completely different experiences.
Right.
And that's okay, I think, for Nintendo, because that way you let the big, and that's how the Wii was so successful during the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, they embraced what they had.
You went out and bought an Xbox Wii 60. You got both.
Yeah.
Why? Like, because the Wii was a bit cheaper, and it kind of just felt like it was fine. Like, you made up when you looked at the price of the PS3. I remember a lot of people were like, for that price, I could get both the Wii and the 360. I think I'll go with that, and they did. It was a really good idea.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's where Nintendo's strengths lie. It's obviously with their IP and just not fighting with the big boys, just being their own party. Mm-hmm. And maybe I guess that's what's going on with E3 is like running their own party. But I still would rather see them at E3. All right.
Yeah, me too.
I think the pair of us have still put out some other stuff. We'll be right back here. Whoop, whoop.